And breathe. Yes, welcome to the post-game show. I'm Steve Hall and I'm here after Liverpool 4, Fulham 3, and who saw that coming? I thought we'd just stroll into Anfield Sunday afternoon against a team who've been struggling for goals, and it'll be relatively straightforward and more fool me and more fool everybody. And first of all, before I start getting too many comments, credit to Fulham. Credit to Fulham, we made that a right all game. Liverpool gifted them a couple of goals, but they were game throughout. They worked and yeah, credit to Fulham. But thankfully, for our point of view and all of our points of view, Liverpool end up coming back from 3-2 down to win 4-3 with obviously late goals and Trent Alexander-Arnold, the star of the show. Going to get your guys' comments now on the game. So if you're in the Discord, which I'm just going to message everyone in the Discord right now and tell them thoughts on that. But yeah, you guys on the YouTube and of course over on the Twitter, let me know your thoughts too. I'll bring a few of them up. Let's have a little look. Official Cam, I agree, Cam. Just get in. Get in! Yes, get in, Cam. I'm with you, pal. Absolutely with you. Get in. I didn't think I'd be celebrating this mad after the win against Fulham, but here we are. Because yeah, that was absolutely mad. Let's have a little look at who else we've got. God bless the Anfield magic today, says Peter. And yeah, thank goodness for Anfield. There's just something about it and something about these Reds. You talked last year about mentality, and I thought Liverpool's mentality monsters were gone. They were gone. They just didn't exist anymore. They were outrun, they were outworked, they were outfought. Any sign of adversity, and they crumbled a bit. If truth be told, they crumbled. The one thing I say about this Liverpool team is they don't give up. Even when things aren't going right, they don't give up. Look at what happened at Newcastle. Even Luton, listen, it's still a bad draw in that Luton's not a great result, of course, but they still fought to the end and got a point out of nowhere. Tonight, they get something out of it. They work their bollocks off. They go down early against Wolves and they come back. They fight. And that's something I say about them all. Now, who knows what they're going to do this season? Will they win a title? Will they win a cup? Will they win nothing? I don't know. But I don't think anyone can question the bottle and the character and the determination of them anymore. You just can't do that. We have to acknowledge that, and I think it's fair to say so. Congratulations to them all on that. I've got a comment first of all in the Discord. This from Tom Little. We don't half love to make hard work of it. A lacklustre performance with the mentality that was gone last year was back, I agree. And Trent is the best right back and midfielder in the league. Yeah, he's right. He's both, Tom. He's everything. He's the best everything. Steve O'Hare says, was it an acceptable performance? Nah, but was it an acceptable result? Yes, and it's given me that we'll remember earning those points energy. Yeah, we'll find out what those points mean further down the line, and we'll find out what we don't know. We don't know what they'll mean, but for now it's 3 more points. 3 more points, and yeah, Nigel says cups incoming. Okay, Nigel's confident. Fingers crossed. Let's have a little look at the wall. Miles says, let's throw all the negative shit to one side. The mentality we showed to come back from 3-2 with 4 minutes to go was fantastic. A let off for Kelleher, and I'm glad the game didn't come down to his mistakes. Yeah, we'll talk about Kelleher in a moment. Aye, Dad, we can't be doing that if we want to win a league, but it's a great moment for all our new players in Anfield. Listen, there's going to be games when Liverpool are under the cosh. They just are. Not everyone's brilliant. You just need something. Sometimes you're not going to play well. And we had a comment here from its crossbow says we need to be better defensively or the league is gone. Yeah, to an extent, but I actually think 2 of the goals are goalkeeper errors. The third one, I think it's harsh blaming too many defenders on that third goal. I think it's really harsh actually. The lad out jumps Tim McCaslin. There's not much you can do in that situation, so I disagree. I actually thought Van Dijk was good, for example. I thought Konate was good when he come on. But you've got to what Liverpool have done too often this season is concede stupid goals. That isn't a systematic thing. That's an individual mistakes thing, and you can iron them out, but you've got to be careful of it. You've got the Bournemouth scored when Trent had a cock up. Newcastle scored was a bad goal. Again, Trent messed up in that one. The goal was today, Kelleher just has a stinker, especially for the second one. So when teams are scoring some goals against us, often we're balls and they're up. Even the City goal, as good as Haaland is, it comes from the goalie falling over and someone not winning a challenge. So it's a difficult one, but we just need to back the players, back them. And sometimes you're gonna be in a game where things aren't going your way and things haven't gone your way, and it is what it is, and you're not going to play well there. You can't be brilliant all the time, and in those situations, just win. Just find a way to win. When Liverpool won the title, think back to Sadio Mane at Aston Villa. They weren't great in that game, but they found a way. Think back at Adam Lallana at Man United. They just found a way to score. They just when you're not playing great, find a way, and that's exactly what Liverpool did. And fingers crossed, things will all work out in the end. Esther B says we need a centre-back and a DM in January. Which of our centre-backs are we getting rid of? We've got 5. This centre-back thing, I don't understand. I get the DM thing to an extent. I don't think today was anything to do with a DM. Those goals aren't DM related, to be honest with you. So I disagree with that. The fucking DM scored. Both of them. We have 2 DMs. They both fucking scored the goal. That baffles me. I think to say that today of all days makes. I don't understand. If I'm to be told honest, I see a lot of it. I think Liverpool need to sharpen up, and there are times you're right. Liverpool need to be better, and I still have doubts over Mac Allister. You're absolutely right, but centre backs, they've all been good. All 5 of them have played well this season. So how many more do we need? Fingers crossed, Joel Matip isn't too bad, but we'll see how that pans out. Let's move on. Dad, I absolutely loved the bottle that Endo had to shoot. Yeah, it was a brilliant one. Absolutely brilliant one. Let's have a little left up. If people mess up, they need to be called out. We seem to brush it under the carpet, says Steve Ryder. This is about Kelleher, isn't it? A few people. Listen, all I'd say on Kelleher, they were bad errors. The first one's pretty bad. The second one's an absolute stinker. And that can't happen. That can't happen. And listen, we've gone from the best goalie on the planet to a backup goalkeeper. There are going to be drop-offs. There absolutely are. But what I'd say from Kelleher is you expect him to save the one. What I'm expecting, Alisson makes saves that you don't expect to be made. Worldy saves that you just think, how has he done that? I'm not really expecting it from Kelleher because that's unfair. But he needs to save the ones he needs to save. That's what I'd say for him. We can't expect him to be Alisson Becker because he's not going to be. He just isn't going to be that. But he has to save the ones he needs to save, and they were bad errors. They were bad. And listen, this isn't panning the kid. This isn't having an absolute meltdown at him. He just needs to be better than that. Simple as that. And he'll know that, and everyone will know that. Everyone will know that. He had a bad game. 2 bad goals, you conceded. He actually makes a good save from the header that they scored another offside goal from. So it didn't look like it knocked his confidence, frankly, which is a good thing. When you make headers, they can't snowball. He had 2 bad ones, and then he seemed to regroup himself, which is fine. But it's not been great. It's not been great. But Liverpool need to look after him as well. Like I mentioned before, the defending wasn't horrendous, but they still got beat a couple of times where they could have done better and protected them. Anxiety, I think the second one, as a goalkeeper, I can't blame him for the second one. He was reacting early to the header, and the last touch caught him off guard. You can't account for that. And Argan says, I think every keeper in the Premier League concedes that second one. Okay, fair enough. We can agree to disagree on that one. I'm going to try and head over to the socials in a minute. Dean, the whole attack was shocking, and Trent won this game all by himself, just like he saved us against City last week. This can't be happening every week. I'm 90% sure it will against Sheffield too. Good win, but stop doing this to us. I thought Núñez and Salah didn't have their best games, but Núñez is still involved in a goal. Salah's still involved in the goals. Like they're always about. There was a lack of ruthlessness, and that's what can hurt you sometimes. When you're creating chance after chance after chance, like Liverpool were, sometimes it can make you a little bit lax, maybe a little bit like, oh well, another one will come, instead of actually making sure. You're all right. So I think shocking's too harsh. I think Liverpool created chance after chance after chance. I think the finishing at times didn't go well. I think that's fair to say. Let's have a little look. Glenn says, whisper it. Performance of champions. Fingers crossed. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Let's have a little look. Barry, all 4 goals scored by what is essentially the pivots in our midfield. When was the last time? We scored 4 and none of the front boys scored. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? I think it's a shame that goal's been taken off Trent. I get it. It probably is an own goal. But thankfully he got the winner at the end. Because he deserved it. The first goal isn't going to be his, unfortunately, they're taking it off him, but the second one definitely is. And you can't take that moment away from him. Yes, shush indeed, says Trent. Aaron, I had my doubts in the past, but today's game showed this is a title-winning side. This team can work hard when it's needed. The passion and mentality in the last 10 minutes. 2 goals in a minute. Oof. And that's the difference. And that's my point with Aaron. Glass half empty says, fucking hell, you can't defend, you can't do that and win a league. Glass half full says, find a way to win. Find a way to win and just win. So whichever way you look at it, they're both potentially true, if that makes sense. Liverpool will need to improve to win, but also, when you're having a stinker, can you get the points? Because look at other teams. Man United dropped an absolute bollock last night against Newcastle. They were rubbish and they lost. And if you're not playing, and listen, Man United's not going to be title challengers, of course they're not going to be, but when you drop a bollock, can you just find a way to win? Other teams have done it all season. You just figure out a way somewhere to just win the game. I was thinking, like, other times, I watched Arsenal play Wolves, and Wolves nearly got back into it, and Arsenal just dug it out at the end, and that's the kind of thing you do. When you drop a bollock, can you win? And that's what Liverpool did today. Thankfully, they did it, and yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's the mentality thing is absolutely right. Mark Shoemaker, the most FIFA game of football I've ever seen. Yeah, it was. If you were scripting it, from like a movie, that's how you'd script it, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Yeah, Sports Doc, an easy win with no doubts. Let's move on. Yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant. Absolutely crazy. Nigel says, great game for learning from the weaknesses. Jürgen and Pep will be working late to address these issues. And listen, I don't think the issues are systematic. I'd say that now. A lot of it's individuals. You can't legislate for some of it. But what I would say, there's a little bit of set-piece work that needs to be done, because Fulham had a little bit of joy from there. Motor Ali, Nunes could and should have scored 2. If he lost, he would have been responsible. Yeah, absolutely, he should have scored. Definitely one, probably 2, you're right. And like that, it goes back to my point before. Same as Salah. If Salah passes to Diaz, if Salah gets his finish right out from a yard away, thankfully it doesn't matter when you win. You can learn from these things. But you are right, a little bit more, there was a lack of composure at times, which is very unlike us, especially from Salah. But listen, if you're going to do it when you win. Do it when you win and learn from it. Because yeah, it's been an emotionally draining game, to say the least. Wow, let's have a little look. Mark Viez, yeah, that is vintage 13-14 roller coaster Liverpool. It was reminiscent of that, actually, the ups and the downs and the goals and the let off. But what I would say, when you come out the other sides of it, as long as you've won, the emotional release that you get from winning games like that and doing things like that can be such a positive mentally. You don't want to play bad all the time, but if you're going to play bad and win, look at the smile on all our faces. That's what it's given us. Just absolute mad. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I think we're at 95% now. Just need a few small changes, and I genuinely think we're champions. Listen, Arsenal and City are good teams. I'm filming this just before City kicks off, so who knows how that game pans on. But Liverpool, what I'm saying is, they're getting there. They're there or thereabouts. As it stands just this second, again, before that game kicks off, Liverpool second in the league, 2 points off top. So, of course, at this moment, they are challengers. Can they go and beat Sheffield? And can they go and beat Crystal Palace in the next few days? And then you regroup from there. Other teams, that'll figure out itself. But we need stuff. And as JJ says, you get 4 goals from your midfield, and that'll always help. When Liverpool scoring now, they've outscored Arsenal. They're only a goal behind. City again. They've got a game in hand that time recorded. So Liverpool are scoring goals again, which is brilliant. Liverpool are scoring goals, and I'm just absolutely knackered after that, I'll be honest. Sarah, our guys just don't know when to be beat, and that's it. That's my main takeaway. All the other stuff can be analysed later, but if you're asking the differences between Liverpool of this season and Liverpool of last year, it's legs for a start, and technical ability to be able to go and get yourself out of holes, but also just a bit of ticker, a little bit of heart, a little bit of something. Look at the celebrations. Mentality monsters. Jürgen's always spoken about it. And he's right. Just get your heads back in the game. Make sure, just find a way. Sometimes you've got to just do that, and that's exactly what Liverpool did. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't comfortable, and it wasn't straightforward, and there'll be a lot of lessons to be taken from it. A few players need to pull the socks up, but switch on. Like Utah disagrees, Utah John. I don't know why people think we're a champion team. We haven't been dominant across multiple games for such a long time, and the Nunes is useless. Well, he's not useless. And also, like I say, the thing that we're saying, Utah, is that Liverpool aren't playing their best yet, and they're second in the league. I think that's what people are saying it for. Like, there's room to improve, but if you're going to improve from a position where, like, look at them now. Look how they improved last season. At the end of last season, they went on a big... They got themselves into a point where they almost had a chance to secure Champions League footy. They didn't, because they fell short just. But they went on that big type of run because they got better. Liverpool tend to get better in second half of seasons. So where are they going to get better from? Are they getting better from being in a title race where they can push? Or are they out of it already and they're definitely in it? Yeah. Calling a striker with 5 goals and assists this season useless is a bit harsh, and I agree. He didn't have his best game, and he's inconsistent, and that's what kills you with him sometimes. He drives you insane, but in the end it worked. Andre, I live in Osaka, so you can imagine the limbs in the pub when Endo scored. I can only imagine it, Andre. Yeah, what a game. There's something special about this season. I prefer your take, Andre. I'm more glass half full than glass half empty, for sure. Fingers crossed it all works out in the end for the Reds. But yeah, the Reds then, they've done it. They've just absolutely done it. And I am absolutely knackered by it. Steve Ryder makes a good point as well. I hope Matip's okay. That is a downer on the game. Matip went off holding his knee. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully he is better, because you don't want that. Liverpool have already got a couple of injuries. They don't want to get any more. That is certain to say. But wow. Wow. It wasn't good at times, it wasn't great at times, it wasn't pretty at times, but at other times it was magic. 3 absolute worldies. I'm actually counting the first one as a worldie as well, because it's all about it. So, absolutely brilliant. Anxiety to finish. Endo come onto the pitch, was like genie against Barcelona. Yeah, go again, we go again. Right, thank you guys so much for watching the show. I mentioned it a couple of times, but if you want even more action in your lives, Liverpool action in your lives, Redmen Plus is the place to go for that. If you want to get any of our sweaters, like my Nunes one, like my Trench one, Redmen merch is the place to go. If you want to be involved in all our prize draws, join Redmen Plus as a legend subscriber, and you'll be in all a prize draw every day between now and Christmas Day. We've got loads of signed stuff. We've got a Cout signed shirt, a Canate signed shirt, Kelleher signed programme, Chris Kelleher signed gloves, loads and loads. If you want to get yourselves involved, over on the website, redmenplus.com. Over there, you'll find Dan and Errol with the instant match reaction and the player rating show as well. I am going to make my way over to the board shortly for the player ranking show. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. There'll be loads of content on the YouTube channel as well. You've got Paul, Chris and Chloe from down at the stadium. I'm sure it's gone absolutely banging off down there. Must be a party atmosphere down on Anfield, so keep an eye out on the channel for all of that stuff. And yeah, come and join me at the board a little bit later on. See you in a bit.
Thank you so very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews and general shows, fill your